Hey everyone, I wanted to give you a heads up. I just released version 1. Yes, version 1. No release candidate. This is the real McCoy, version 1 of Trio. And I am so excited. I am so excited. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, I am so excited. But you know what? Besides the fact that it's an unqualified version 1 release, there's a new feature in here, okay, that I'm really also excited to demonstrate to you and to explain to you and to show you all of that stuff. Okay, so I have added real scaffolding to when you generate a new project via the command line. So I'm going to show that to you right now. Let me open up here my code editor, and let me just switch scenes here. We should be in the code editor now. You should see my code editor. And let's see here. So let me open up this. I want the best way to demonstrate this to you. I want to show you all the details. It's really good. I'm really excited. And we're going to change directory, go up one level here. And there we go. Let me clear this out, and let me do ls-lt just to make sure we're good here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate now how you create a brand new project using Trio's new command, and what it generates, and then I'm going to build a project and show you what the scaffolding gives you. And yeah, I'm so excited. Could you get that? Did you get that? I'm so excited. Here we go. Okay, so like always, it's Trio. You could say new, or you can just use the alias for new, which is N. Now here's the thing. If I just enter a path to new project here, okay, it will just create a bare project. So just like what it did before scaffolding was added. But to generate a brand new site with scaffolding, you now use the dash S uh, command, option rather. And again, now we enter the path. So I'm going to call it uh, scaffold project. And there we go. It's done. It is done. And it shows you here that the target folder is scaffold project. And our current folder is related project. So here it is, scaffold project, right there. So now I'm going to change directory to scaffold project, and I'm going to do code. I'm going to reuse the current window, and here, there we go. And here we can see it generated the source folder as well as the .gitignore and an empty Trio JSON file because there's no configuration at this point needed. And here's where things change from what its default bare project now generates. So here you have a folder with all the JavaScript, tag-based JavaScript callbacks. You know what? I'm getting off the topic here. So let's do this. Let's just build what this generated. Okay, Trio, build IWS. Boom. A little lag time here because I'm running OBS. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. We'll start the browser for us. Boom. And here's our scaffolded project. So it's a very generic project. Here's your landing page for the site, which is home. It's your home page. I like to call it your landing page. And here would be the name, matches up here, the name. I call it brand of your site or your company or your blog or whatever. And we have an about page here as well. And the same, same type of narrative thread going on here. Here about brand, about your blog, about you, about your company. Okay. Here we have a place for a banner. And here would be your hero on the home page and the about page. We got a place for a banner. Okay. And we have a footer. Right now the footer is fixed, but just a simple change to some CSS, and it will not be fixed. But here's the really interesting part. And the part I get the most questions about is, Jeff, tell me, how do you make those blogs that you keep showing us? How do you do that? With all the navigation and all the things that you would expect in a modern day blog. Because I want that in my blog. Okay, well this actually does all that, and one of the reasons why this scaffolding should be important to you is if you don't already know how to use Trio, or you're still learning how to use Trio, this site, not only can you use it if you chose to as a foundation to build your own websites and blogs, but you can also use it as a learning tool, because almost everything, I would say 99% of Trio's features are in here. There are a few that aren't in here, but those are not relevant to uh, the most important features in Trio. Um, so the real important thing here is that you can use this scaffolded project to learn how, as a implementation reference of 99% of all the features that Trio has to offer you as a developer. And that is the coolest part. Okay, so here we have a blog. So here's your blog landing page. So when somebody comes to your blog, you give them a link. You want to give them this link, and this is just has shows on this page, shows 2 articles, but you can control that as well. You can have any number of articles shown here, and notice here that we have categories and we have an archive, but we'll get to that later. And down here we have navigation that will take you to the another page that shows articles in your blog, but that are older than the current page. Okay, and being that we have 6 articles, okay, there's going to be one more page. Okay, so this goes from article 1, go to the newer page, article 3, 4, and article 5. Whoops, I'm sorry, I went the wrong way. And article 5 and article 6. Now on these blog pages, notice we have categories, because someone who's on your blog might be interested in looking up other articles related to the categories that you have on your site. So everything here is generic. So that's why you see names like category 1, category 2, article 5, article 6, just to keep it generic so that things remain consistent, so that when you want to tailor things for your own site, I'm hoping that it makes it more understandable to you. So if we click on category 1, we have 3 articles, 5, 3, and 1, that have been listed under category 1. If we go back and we look at category 2, we have also 3 articles. Remember I said there were 6 articles? So for category 2, we have article 6, 4, and 2. Okay, and also on these category pages, okay, also showing archive, because at this point the user might say, you know what, I want to see everything that's on your site. So here's a listing of all the pages on your site. Let's go back I want to start diving into each individual article. So I click on 6, okay. So here we have the article page, okay. So you have an image, you have the title, you have sort of like metadata. This was posted to category 2 on and the date of the article posting date, and here you have related articles. Articles 4, Articles 2, again, categories, and again, archive. And now, on each article page, there's a navigator that allows us to navigate between older and newer articles in relation to the current article that we're viewing. So if we're on Article 6 now, so what's the next older article? If you guessed Article 5, bingo, you're the winner. So here's Article 5. And the next older article is, yes, it is Article 4. And the next is Article 3. And the next is Article 2. And the next is Article 1. And there we go. And now, of course, we can reverse that. We can traverse through going newer by newer. And when we get to either extreme, um, then these are, you can't click on them anymore. Okay, so yeah, so this blog has all the features of a modern day blog. Okay, the only thing I didn't put in here is tags, because on a personal level, I think categories are better than tags, because categories actually give you um, a hierarchy to your paths that are shown in the browser, and I like that. It's another way of identifying the uniqueness of an article, and I like that. Where a tags just says I'm one in a bunch of something else, okay? But you can have categories and tags, and maybe in a next iteration, or yeah, maybe in another iteration of this, I will introduce scaffolding with both category and tag. But here's a little nice thing to know. I want to provide the opportunity for developers and designers who, let's say in the past, you created themes, site themes for Jekyll. Well, guess what? I want to accept your themes. I want you to submit your themes to me, and if they're really good, I'll work with you in converting your site over to be scaffold in Trio, because Trio can support multiple projects that will give you different scaffolding. So I think that is really cool. So now I want to go back to the code. I don't want to spend too much time, because I know you're really anxious to get in and start using this, or at least generate the scaffolding project, and start learning if you're a beginner now with Trio. The scaffold project. I'm telling you, you spend a short amount of time, page by page. How did I do this? For instance, let me show you something here. Let's go home. Okay. Each page is setting the title um, individually, and the document title tag, not the page title, but the document title tag, which is shown as in the tab of the browser. It's changing each one individually. So here we have for home, here we have for brand about, but here's the interesting thing. Like here we have three, one of three for blog pages. And we have 3 blog pages. There's page 1. Keep watching the title up here. You can't see my finger, I just pointed to it. And there we have 2. That's the second page in the blog landing pages. And here we have page 3. That is all done through tag-based callbacks. And the same thing with articles. And let's go here. I'll show you the articles. And here we have article number 2. Okay. And if we go to newer, it'll be article number 3. And if we go to older, number 2, number 1. And there are no more older ones, but we have newer ones. There's 2, Here's 3. So our whole point is that all this is being done using tag-based callbacks, and even with the category pages, that the title tags here are the tag-based callbacks for the document's title tag. Um, are dynamically creating unique titles for each category page. So here we have category page 1. We'll go back here, category page 2. So just to show you here, okay, let's get rid of that. We don't need this. We don't need that. So we don't need this either. So I really am excited about this, like I said, because I think that it's going to serve, number one, of course, if you want to extend this to create and use it as a foundation to create your own projects, that's wonderful. And if you want to submit themes, I would love to look at them, and if they're really good, nice, I would love to include them as a theme option in Trio. And I'll work with you on that, and and of course you'll get you'll get accreditation, or you'll get credits on the website. There'll be a special page donated to accrediting people who contribute to Trio, and your name if you got a website or you have a blog or whatever. You give me the link, and that will also be posted to Trio's website. So if we look in source, okay, we can see that, well, let's start at the basics here. Well, let's go to fragments, right? So here's the index page for the site, okay? And it's just, it's just simple fragments. It's got lorem ipsum in it, no big deal, okay? But it has a callback, get brand, okay? Get brand, okay? And that's why we see, when we go home to the home page here, we see that it has brand. The brand is brand, okay? If you wanted to generate your own name or your own blog or your own websites, whatever, name, your product name, um, all you would have to do is go into data and go into brand and change the name here. That's all you would have to do. Because right now, get brand, okay, let's keep this page open. And let's go to callbacks, get brand. Where is get brand? Here he is. Here he is. Okay, so what get brand does is it um, uh, goes into the data catalog. Now we're looking at metadata here. Okay, if you don't understand what I say when I say metadata, then you are a beginner and you really need to go through the documentation on the website. And while you're going through the documentation on the website, generate this project, download Trio, install Trio, okay, and generate this project, and then look at how I'm doing this and go, oh, data catalog. Where did data catalog come from? Well, that's metadata, okay. So if you go to my site, to Trio's site rather, and we go here, and we go to metadata, okay. Let's go to metadata, and we go to find data catalog. Okay, you see? Data catalog, right here. Everything you always want to know about data catalog. Data catalog property is an array that catalogs the site's JSON files in root source.data, which is what we're looking at here. We're looking at root source.data, okay? And in there is a file called brand. And in the JavaScript get brand, I'm looking in the metadata for the file's name is brand, and the property or the key for whose value I want to obtain is called brand name. Okay, so let's go back to brand, and it's brand name, and it's going to pull this off, and that's how tag-based callbacks work. Okay, so here's my point. Okay, I've already spent way too much time of yours, and I apologize, but I'm so excited about this, um, is now it is so much easier to learn trio, which is really, I mean, from my perspective, I think it's so simple to learn. Yes, there are a couple of um, I would not say difficult aspects of trio, but like any new tool that you use, there is a learning curve. And I think the learning curve is rather not difficult for trio, okay, especially when compared to other static site generators that make you use templating engines that you might never have used, or that make you use a full front-end framework like React to generate a static site. That's ridiculous. You don't need all of that. If you already know JavaScript, you already know CSS, you already know HTML, well, guess what? You know 99% of already how to use Trio. Okay? So, so you know what? I've spent too much time on this already. I want to thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're as excited as I am. If you've enjoyed this video, by the way, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are not already, please subscribe to my channel. Okay? And if you enjoy using Trio, if you appreciate using Trio, then tell your friends, tell your friend developers, tell your coworkers, tell everybody you know. Ring your neighbor's doorbell and tell them about Trio. And if you got real appreciation for Trio and you're happy that I spend all my time developing this so that you can use it, consider donating to Trio. Even if it's $1, I will greatly appreciate it, and it will go a long way to keeping me motivated and so pleased to keep supporting Trio. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. And there's going to be more videos. There's going to be more videos. There's going to be. I plan on creating a whole series of videos that show how to use it from Trio, how to use Trio from the inside out, as they say, an expose. Peace, and thank you again, and goodbye.